But as the months passed, her secret grew harder to conceal. One day, her sister, Princess Ngozi, walked in on Adaeze as she was changing. Ngozi's eyes widened in shock. Adaeze, you're with child? How? When? Adaeze, with tears in her eyes, whispered, "Please, Ngozi, you mustn't tell anyone. It's complicated and no one would understand." Ngozi, though taken aback, replied softly, "Adaeze, you can't hide this forever. It will be known." Once upon a time, in a land filled with magic and mystery, there lived a princess named Adaeze. She was loved by her people for her kindness and bravery. One day, while exploring the old chambers of the castle, Adaeze found a beautifully crafted locket hidden under layers of dust and cobwebs. Curious, she opened the locket and was suddenly enveloped in a blinding light. When she could see again, she found herself in a world that was similar to her own, yet different in many ways. The trees shimmered with silver leaves, and the sky was a vibrant shade of purple. In this parallel world, Adaeze met a palace guard named Chike. Chike was different from the guards in her world. He was daring, with a warm smile that made Adaeze feel instantly at ease. They quickly became friends, and soon their friendship blossomed into love. Each night, Adaeze would open the locket to meet Chike, and they would explore this enchanting world together. However, she soon noticed that each visit made her more tired in her real world. Her once radiant skin began to lose its glow, and her energetic stride turned into a weary walk. One day, an old wise woman in her kingdom noticed these changes. She told Adaeze that the locket was enchanted with powerful magic that came with a heavy price. For every moment spent in the parallel world, Adaeze's life in her real world was shortened. Adaeze was heartbroken. She knew she had to make a difficult choice. The next time she met Chike, she explained everything. They both knew what she had to do. With tears in their eyes, they shared one last longing look before Adaeze closed the locket forever, sealing away the parallel world and her time with Chike. After Adaeze closed the locket for the last time, life in the palace returned to normal. As the days passed, Adaeze tried her best to focus on her duties as a princess, but her heart ached for Chike and the magical world she had left behind. Then, something unexpected happened that changed everything. Adaeze discovered that she was pregnant. Yes, pregnant for Chike, a man that nobody knows, not even her father, the king, or her mother, or even the old woman who told her about the locket. The realization filled her with a mix of emotions. She was overjoyed at the thought of having a part of Chike with her, but she was also scared and confused. How could this be possible, since Chike was from a parallel world? Adaeze knew she had to find answers, and there was only one way to get them: to open the enchanted locket one more time. Knowing the risks, but driven by the love for her unborn child, Adaeze decided to visit the parallel world one last time, to find Chike and tell him about their baby. She opened the locket and stepped into the shimmering, purple-skied world once again. But this time, things were different. The world seemed less vibrant, and Chike was nowhere to be found. Adaeze searched everywhere, her heart growing heavier with each passing minute. As her final moments in this world approached, Adaeze's heart grew heavy with despair. Then, just as she was about to give up and return, she spotted Chike in the distance. Their reunion was bittersweet, filled with joy and tears, but shadowed by the knowledge of their limited time. Adaeze told Chike about their child, and they shared a moment of profound love and connection. But their time was cut short. Back in the real world, the king, Adaeze's father, grew worried about not seeing his daughter around the palace. He walked into her room at the exact moment Adaeze was about to leave the parallel world. In his shock and confusion, he closed the locket, trapping Adaeze in the parallel world. In the parallel world, with the locket now closed and Adaeze trapped, she and Chike faced an agonizing situation. They were together, but in a world where Adais didn't belong. The realization that she might never see her own world again, her family, and her people weighed heavily on her heart. But above all, she worried about the future of their unborn child. As they sought a solution, Adais and Chike learned of an ancient prophecy in the parallel world. It spoke of a great sacrifice that could open a portal between worlds, but at a grave cost, the life of one who belonged to the parallel world. The only way for Adais to return was for Chike to give up his life. The decision was heart-wrenching. Chike, with a love as deep as the ocean, knew what he had to do. He couldn't bear the thought of Adaezi and their child being trapped in a world that wasn't their own. He prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice, a testament to his selfless love. In a hidden grove under the light of a blood moon, they performed the ancient ritual. As they did, Chike's life force began to ebb away, slowly at first, then more rapidly. Adaezi, tears streaming down her face, held Chike close, whispering words of love and gratitude. In his final moments, Chike looked into Adaezi's eyes, his heart filled with both sorrow and peace, knowing he had ensured the safety of his beloved and their child. As Chike's life slipped away, a portal shimmered into existence. Adais, carrying the essence of Chike and their unborn child, stepped through the portal just as the last of Chike's life faded. She found herself back in her own world. In her room, the locket now open but dim, its magic spent. Upon her return to her own world, Princess Adais faced a dilemma unlike any other. She carried a secret within her, not just in her heart, but also in her womb, the child of Chike, the brave god from the parallel world. Knowing the scandal it could cause and the endless questions it would raise, Adesi chose to hide her pregnancy. She wore oversized gowns and avoided public appearances as much as possible, hoping to hide her growing belly from the prying eyes of the palace and the kingdom. But as the months passed, her secret grew harder to conceal. One day, her sister Princess Ngozi walked in on Adaizi as she was changing. Ngozi's eyes widened in shock. Adaizi, you're with child? How? When? Adaizi, with tears in her eyes, whispered, "Please, Ngozi, you mustn't tell anyone. It's complicated and no one would understand." Ngozi, though taken aback, replied softly, "Adaizi, you can't hide this forever. It will be known." What they didn't realize was that their mother, Queen Neka, had overheard their conversation. She stood outside the room, a hand to her mouth, her heart heavy with concern and confusion. She didn't confront them then, but the knowledge weighed on her. After several days of contemplation, Queen Neka found the courage to speak to King Obinna. With a gentle but firm voice, she said, "My king, there is something you must know about our daughter Adaize." King Obinna, sensing the seriousness in her tone, listened intently as Queen Neka unraveled the truth. He was initially shocked, but his love for his daughter remained steadfast. They summoned Adeze, who stood before them, her heart racing with fear. "Father, mother, she began, but her words trailed off. King Obinna, with a mix of concern and kindness in his voice, said, "Adeze, my child, we know about your situation. You need not carry this burden alone." Queen Neka added softly, "We are your family, Adaiz. No matter what, we stand with you." Months later, Adaiz gave birth to a healthy baby boy. She named him Chike, in honor of his brave father. The young prince had his father's eyes, and as he grew, it became clear he had inherited not just Chike's looks, but also his courage and kind heart. Adaiz often told Prince Chike stories of his father's heroism and love, ensuring that the memory of his sacrifice would live on forever in their hearts and in the history of the kingdom. I hope you enjoyed the story. If so, please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you'll get notified whenever I drop another video like this one.